Only on News Channel 12, the city of Lompoc has a lot of history. One football player for the Lompoc Braves has contributed to that history since he arrived just a few years ago. News Channel 12 reporter Reed Harmon tells us how the star athlete has made the city his home.
What does home mean to you?
Growing up with kids from all sorts of backgrounds. A lot of our friends came in through the base. My longest times friends I met in football. I met when I played for the Lions. I had to be like 8 years old.
But for a city like Lompoc, with a population just over 40,000, home here is home forever.
Wow. If I had to narrow it down to one word, I think it's pride. It's pride in your city, in your town.
The city that sits in a pocket of the Central Coast has that small town feeling.
We have a little of the ag culture with all the farming, but we also are on the cutting edge of space.
10, 9, 8. I grew up on those. I remember as a kid when they do night launches, it used to kind of scare me, and I go run in the house. 6, 5. But you get over that pretty quick because they're always happening.
But there is one other tradition that continues to launch the community to new heights.
1. Touchdown, Lompoc.
Lompoc football and launching rockets.
Another popular spot to be, especially on a Friday night, is Lompoc football.
Let's go Braves!
Every Friday night we were at every game. My dad took me to every game.
We hear the band practicing in the morning. We hear, football practice in the afternoon. We can see the lights on. If we're not at the game, we can see the lights and hear the cheers.
And in the city, Deville Dickerson, known as Joker, makes the small town atmosphere feel unbounded. And no, his home is not the end zone, even though it seems like he's moved around the world just as many times as he scored touchdowns. He's lived in Hawaii, Japan, Washington, and California twice. Joker is part of a military family, so he's lived through adversity.
He's not any one place. I tell him, we talk about it all the time. Like, don't get too involved in one place.
Football gives you all these skills in life that you don't see until like your high school years.
As for why he's called Joker,
when he's off the field, he's the quietest person you probably would meet. When he's on the field, a little bit different. A lot of military kids, develop some kind of shell or other personality, so that's his.
His vision is always looking ahead, whether it's the green grass in front of him or the future he holds for himself.
That teaches you the small things in life, like adversity and what you have to go through, working with people that you might not like, but you have to put through it because you guys are a team. Everyone says something is impossible until someone does it.
Like the Idaho State commit breaking a 30-year-old school record for most career return touchdowns.
Deville Dickerson. There's a rich, legacy here, and so what Joker has done is just come and add to that. He's bought into it.
He's a once in every 10-year type of guy to be able to coach,
And kids looking up at those Friday night lights hope to continue the legacy.
The blue and white, it's just a tradition of excellence.
Joker strives for that excellence.
Now, what happens when everything isn't going your way? Like, what are you going to do? You're going to quit?
Not Joker and not Lompoc. Reed Harmon, News Channel 12.
Exciting player, great town.